There are two people losing their minds over you, okay? I am talking about going crazy over you, and they could not be more opposite. Like, wow, like the energies here are pretty intense. And let me tell you, both of these people, they're manifesting you and you're kind of crushing on each other, but they have a completely different ways of expressing their emotions towards you. Well, first of all, I want to take a look at who they are. But I do have a very special message from each of those people for the end of the video. But first of all, let's look at what they're like, because this is really amazing. Like, the first person came through almost like a shock, okay? Whoever this person is really charismatic, okay? They know how to flirt. And they have definitely got this chemistry with you that is pretty intense. And I'm sensing that you can feel when they're reaching out to you, because it feels like almost like a rush of energy in your body. You might feel warm or get like tingles or butterflies when they're thinking about you. That is someone with intense fiery energy. I would not be surprised if it was a fire sign. Like, that Sagittarius energy. Someone who's bold, loves adventure, loves to travel, is optimistic, and who takes you into their own little world. Like, when you're spending time with that person, you're really taken to another place. You forget all your worries, you're living in the moment. And being with them, like on a date, they would take you out on a date and you would really forget all. You forget everything. You forget your worries and you're laughing together. That person, they're a good time. They're a good time. They're fun. And they definitely have this flirty attitude. Now let's look at the other person. This is someone I would honestly think like maybe you have overlooked them in the beginning because they come across as really shy, okay? This is someone who's more on the introverted side. They're giving this energy of being grounded, being calm, but still waters run deep is what Spirit is saying. They're very sensitive, very attentive. This is someone who likes to plan, okay? The other person is more like, you know what? Let's pack our bags and let's do a weekend trip. But that person, really, they would make a whole plan for the day. They would make a plan where you're going, what you're gonna do together, and they pay a lot of attention to quality time. I'm hearing. They might appreciate art, like going to a museum, going to a concert, they might love poetry. They might take you to a poetry slam or something like that. I don't know what it is, but you have probably noticed that about them. They have a way of expressing themselves where, with that other person, I'm feeling more the intensity lingers. So when you spend time with them, you feel them even hours later. You feel like the warmth or that fire, that passion they have for life, that zest for life, I'm hearing. But with that person, it's more you feel inspired. You also get this sense of reflecting on your life after you spend the time with that person. It's like they love to talk for hours, and they are someone, when they get started, okay, when they really connect to someone, they unravel a side that no one else sees. And I feel like they want to come forward. I am seeing them stepping forward a little bit shy, a little bit insecure, because they know how much you mean to them and they don't want to mess it up. while the other person is more like they would just go for it, okay? They're a little more bold. And the crazy thing, like here is like the energetic thing that is going on. Oh my God, I'm almost, oh my God. I'm almost flipping that over. There is an intense energy between you where the more shy person, that sensitive, attentive, caring, well-spoken person feels that energy of that bold, fiery, out there person. And both of them can feel that there is a tension. Like this is why I'm saying they're manifesting you, both of them. And I feel like because we're all communicating on the telepathic level, it's no joke, guys. By the way, if you want to learn how to do it, how to really tap into telepathy and find out what they're feeling, what they're thinking when you're manifesting them, and also signs that they are energetically reaching out to you, go to the link down below. I have my telepathy workbook. It's on sale right now, so grab it while it lasts. But the thing is, you can really sense it, okay? It's no joke. Where this is the funny thing that's going on. It's like you spend time with that one person, the other person picks up on it, okay? Even if they don't know, because they can energetically feel when you're pulling back from them. And when you're thinking about that more shy person, you know, that more reserved person, they can feel it too. So you're kind of looking at each other, you know, from afar, then you're interacting, and then the other person feels that pull to reach out to you. I really feel like both of them contemplate ways on how to impress you, contemplate dates, really. Like for that more shy person, I'm really seeing how they would maybe go to an art class or, you know, take you to a pottery class. Maybe you both, I feel like you both are into the same kind of music and movies and stuff like that. They would want to take you out to a concert or to the movies, and then they want to spend the rest of the night or the evening discussing and like talking about all of it. And really, they want to hear what you're thinking. They're really interested in what you're thinking. On the other hand, that person that's more extroverted, I'm feeling like they might act on impulse. And what I mean with this is they might come through and they really call you and they're like, let's do something tonight, okay? So more like out of nowhere, they're more all in. They're more like, let's do this. They might take you out on a hike or, you know, a night out dancing, having fun, just forgetting life, like taking you into their little world. Like I was saying, like they want to stay in motion. They want to offer something. I feel like this is someone who would also put on a little bit of show, okay? This is someone who has a lot of confidence and they would put on a show to win your heart, okay? Like each one of those, I really feel like, honestly, with that romance card coming up, I feel like you have a choice here that you have to make because you have both of them at your feet. I am hearing Spirit is saying, make your choice. But with you, I feel like you're still feeling out the situation, okay? You might still be like, I don't know who I really want, and you don't have to pick now, okay? I want you to pay close attention to kind of how you feel when you're around them. Not only when you're spending time with them, but also when you're thinking about that person. Like, how do you feel? You know? When you're thinking about dates, or you're replaying them, rehearsing them in your mind, how does it make you feel? When you've met them, you've talked to them, how do you feel in your body? How does your body respond to their energy? Because that is a very big indicator for how compatible you are. But they definitely are both interested in you, and not just interested, really. It's a point where I feel like they are both overthinking you in different ways, like really awake at night thinking about you, One of them is more spicy, one of them is more, holding back. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with the spicy one. They're saying, my life has not been the same since I met you. Okay, this is wow. There is a depth to them that you might not see immediately because of the way that they are bold out there. The life of the party. Yeah, I'm the fun type. They're presenting themselves as the fun type, but they do have this layer to them where they also can be romantic. And I feel like this is going to develop more over time. They're the more outgoing person, but they might be romantic over time. They're also saying, please don't overthink this. They want you to stop overthinking because you're someone you also tend to overthink. And they want to take you out of your mind and into the present moment. They are definitely more of the person who makes a move because I'm seeing them typing in messages, deleting them. I want to draw. Okay, so this is kind of from my soulmate pile. Here are synchronicities in that pile, but also a couple other things about what's going to happen when you get together with that person. Okay, let's see. I want to also draw one more card. Hold on, that just flipped around. Wow, okay, so I was not wrong with that Sagittarius energy. Okay, I feel like when you get to know that person better, you're going to discover a side of them that you haven't seen before. And they are also very spiritual. You might connect to them through your spiritual practice or a spiritual journey. Both of you could have a very strong desire to travel or to discover the world. And that might be something that kind of like, is a mutual interest. Yeah. Oh, wow. When you're together, you're entering a flow state. Yeah, that's what I mean. Where you're completely in the present moment and you can just let go, okay? You can just let go and forget about everything. This is a very beautiful energy. I want you to tap into that person and really think about what do you say, like their love offer, okay? But let's look at person number 2, the more reserved, shy person. Let's see how much they're willing to spill. I feel like it might take some time, okay? I'm hearing have a little patience with me because it's gonna be worth it. They're saying, wow, okay, this is definitely someone who is in for the long run. I'm not joking. First of all, they feel very good around you. This is what they're saying. I feel safe with you. There was a moment when they got to know you better where they just felt they can be themselves around you. And I feel like this is also someone who might have been a loner or an outsider before. The other person is more like, the life of the party, but they feel like they haven't quite been understood in their past relationships. But with you, it's different. Like you really understand them. And I'm saying like they're really attentive. They want to spend their life learning you. This is someone who really pays attention to details. They are noticing things. They are a noticer. And I feel like you really need someone who notices the small things that matter to you and who also is willing to respect this. To make sure that your needs are met where you don't have to ask always, So there's definitely a depth, okay, to that. I keep hearing you in every song I listen to. Yeah, this is something about you is where it's like I'm hearing you're like a melody that is stuck in their head. They really could be a musician or someone who is very much into art, poetry, writing, music. Take it how it resonates. But oh my God, wow, this is wild. I'm also sensing like they might be They might see you as their muse, or, you inspire them. And also with the inspiration, you inspire this person to become a better version of themselves. I really sounds like you both are very laid back. It's not so much up and down in this connection, but there is a lot of potential for depth, okay? For healing and growing together is what I'm hearing. It might not be as action oriented, but it will definitely bring the best out in both of you. I am hearing Spirit is saying, thank you. Okay, let's see with those soulmate cards, what is coming through? Spirit, tell us. What is this person thinking, feeling? Wow, okay, yes. That was what I was thinking before because of that grounded energy. They are calm, but in a way, sometimes they might be overwhelmed by this world and all the impressions, and you make them feel even more calm and grounded. So they really do feel so good around you. So wow, that is really a beautiful reading. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it at that, but I wanna say to you, you really have a choice. You have multiple offers on the table, I'm hearing. You have options right now. And I wanna encourage you, okay, to take a list, okay? I want you to make a little list of things that you would like to experience, regardless of who you will choose, okay? Regardless of which pick you're going to make, I want you to make a list of what matters to you in a relationship. Really, what would you like to experience? And then you can kind of rehearse these scenarios using telepathy. You could play out a couple of dates. And the thing is, you don't necessarily have to picture them. You could just go into the feeling of what it's like and what you're doing from your perspective and without specifying who it is, or you could do it side by side. You could, in your mind, go on dates with both of them and see what you like more, see what resonates more. And I can guarantee you this is causing shifts, by the way. It's like telepathy is a no joke. So if you want to dive deeper into it, honestly, check the link down below. My workbook is one of the best things you can do to get the basics ready, and it has exercises that you can use every single day where it's fun, okay? It is so much fun. Honestly, I love to do that. I love to visualize. It always makes me feel so good, okay? So that was it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, you can of course give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more, and I will see you around in the next one.